Hmm. How's it going, everyone? Well, nah, I don't like how I started that. I already don't like it. Okay, so in this episode, this is more like another update episode about my life. I'm gonna be updating a little bit on like the business, on health, on on other things happening. I'm moving soon. They're gonna talk a little bit about that and what I plan to do as a result of that. And yeah, I really like doing these life update ones, and I don't really feel like I do them enough. Um, and also they're fun, I've had a busy weekend, and I don't have to prep for them as much as I do whenever I'm writing out like an actual lesson. So so like they're good for me, but I also think they're good for you to know where I'm at, to know what I'm doing in my life, and keeps you up to date on what I'm doing. So it's not just like um so it's not just that I'm giving lessons and making it sound like I believe that I'm doing all these things perfectly, because I don't do all the things I teach perfectly. All the things I'm reading, nobody does it perfectly. And I want to talk. That's why I like giving life updates, because not everything that I'm going to talk about is perfect. Um, However, let's start with the business. So the first thing I want to talk about actually isn't directly the business. It's actually going back and talking about Financial Peace University, which if you listen to previous episodes, you know that I'm co-coordinating, co-leading a Financial Peace University class, and that is proving to be an amazing way for me to gain the skills for leading a small group one day, or leading my own masterminds one day that will be part of my business, because I would love to have a lower ticket item, lower priced uh, piece of my business where more people could come in and experience growth, and rather than having the only option I offer would be to pay for one-on-one coaching. So, and this is giving me a great way to kind of do that in the context of finances, but also just gain the skills of like, how do you make sure you're sticking within an hour? How do you work with a within the like there is a certain confines of sorry, the Financial Peace University coordinator book and guide already has the kind of steps that they want you to kind of go through to make sure that you're providing the people uh the most value for their time. So that also gets my mind working, like how can I make sure to do that whenever I don't have that and I have to provide my own quote unquote coordinator guide for myself to have a framework for each session. But then yesterday, the production team for the church, for Amplified Church, which is where I go to church, we had a cookout which was inside because we it was too hot. It was hot, and it was actually thunderstorming. So we had to move all the cooking in. Well, we had to move all the eating inside, and but however, I got to talk with a couple people that go to Financial Peace University, are taking part in this course, and they are they love it. They're getting a lot of value out of it. They think it's going really well, which gave me some I guess you would say validation that that it's not just me doing it because I didn't create the course, but that that what is being taught in this course and how it's being taught is working. And them coming, not just because they have the option to just watch the videos on their own, which they do, but then they come into the course and they come into the session to be able to talk with it with a group of people. They're all trying to do the same thing, and they're getting value from that as well. And then I mentioned to them my idea for having a small group based on personal development, personal growth, and they were interested. Actually were interested. And I'm like, man, that's really cool. That I talked to them about going off the 15 valuable laws of growth by John Maxwell. And they're like, actually, that sounds really cool. And they were like, would it be in person or virtual? It's like, it'd actually be in person because I would rather be in person. And they were like, yeah. the one person was like, yeah, me too. So I just personally take that as motivation that I'm go heading in the right direction, and it really pumps me up. I'm in a really good mood today. Side tangent. I'm in a really good mood. I'm I've been very productive today. I woke up at 7 a.m., which, talked to the biohackers and other people. Maybe that's not early enough, but I also wanted to make sure I got enough sleep. So, but the or the ultra productivity hackers, I guess you would say. Um, and if you're watching the video, because I'm also pretty hyped because I have my new Amplify production hat on, and I never wear hats, but I'm wearing it now because I figured I'd break it in. And if you're watching the video, you can see it. And I don't know, it just makes me happy to look at the camera feed and be like, man, I have a look at that, look at that hat. It's so cool. And I'm just very I don't know, I'm just very grateful. Like I woke up this morning, I went for a walk, which I never go for a walk early in the morning. I just decided to do that before I took my morning shower, and got back, got into the Word of God, and then just kept moving, kept doing things. And it's 11:30 right now when I'm recording, 11:30 a.m. And I'm like, dude, today's been such a good day so far. And then later I get to do some tabletop RPGs because I'm a huge nerd with a friend, with some friends, and we're gonna have some food. And man, it's just a good day, guys. Go have a good day today. I'm just It's Tuesday when you're listening to this, but have a good day after work. Go do something fun. Go do something fun. Do something fun this week. Life is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be enjoyed while we pursue our calling well. There is some nuance there. Okay. And as far as my business goes, I'm gonna go back off my tangent. But I I'm working on right now solidifying, or at least I'll be honest, I'm working on writing out the to-do list items so that I know what I need to do to solidify the onboarding process before I take on new clients. Whenever I coached before, like 3, 4 years ago, I had an actual onboarding process or a transcript that I would follow where I would talk to people about in the first session. I would talk to them about what they want to do in their lives, like why did they join coaching, and then be able to fluidly lead them into the sale at the end, because this is a business. You want to make sales, and I want people to understand what coaching is before they decide to purchase coaching sessions or not to purchase coaching sessions. So I want to work on that big piece before I start taking on new clients. Before people start diving into the free sessions, I want to make sure they know what they're getting, and I want to make sure I know how to do that in the most fluid and efficient way. But that's what I'm working on right now. That's the business updates, and now I want to move into moving soon because this is huge. This is actually something. At the more the now that it's actually happening, it's solidified. I'm I was thinking about it this morning. Like I'm actually really excited because one, I'll be living on my own for the first time in like over 3 years, almost between 2 and 3 years. I'll be living by myself again, and it's going to be really fun. And some people would think I'm nuts. I love living on my own because then my habits. It's a lot easier to establish new habits, and it's a lot. And then I mean, I pray one day that won't be living on my own. I'll be able to have a wife one day and a family. However, until that day happens, I'm going to be living on my own, or maybe one day with a roommate. But for now, I'll be living on my own, and I'm going to be able to establish new habits and remove some old ones that are hurting the pursuit of my calling. So, for instance, I've talked about on this podcast before, previously, way back, I talked about how I stopped watching so much TV. I think that was whenever I was living on my own or living with my past roommate Sean, and I didn't have any streaming services on our main TV. And now I'm living in the place I'm living now, and we do have streaming services on our main TV, which is also my TV. And I catch myself watching TV later into the night, which then disrupts my day the next day. And I still have to wake up. I go to bed later and I wake up. Even if I go to bed on time, it seems like I wake up with a groggier feeling. So it's interesting. So I'm going to be able to establish a new habit of reading before bed again and not watching TV before bed because I'm not going to have streaming services anymore. Again, 'cause I don't pay for them. I don't, so they're my roommates, so I'm not gonna bum this stuff off of them. I'm going to I'm going to remove them. I'm not paying for it. I don't want it. After I move out, it's gone. For now, it's on there because they use it. And I use it too because it's there and it's like it's easy. It's easy access. If you ever read the book Atomic Habits, you know that whenever something is easy to do, your body is really your mind, your body is inclined to do that thing. So in order to make it hard for me to do, I'm just going to remove it off the TV and not just bump the subscription off of them. Okay, that was a lot, but because then that gives me time to read books that I want to read to build my product, to build some knowledge base, more wisdom in myself. I'll be able to maybe journal more, do something that will help me pursue my calling well, because TV is not doing that. One day I'm gonna have time. One day I believe I'll have time maybe to watch TV again, in that context. But for now, YouTube is enough, and I'll be able to save my money to go forward to buy a house one day. So instead of paying for a streaming service. Okay, guys, and then I have a little health update. Nothing crazy. I have my legs are they're doing all right. I think I told you in a previous episode that I found that my legs are not connected to my overall condition, and that's still true. I did physical therapy for about a month, and then now I do my physical therapy exercises as often as I can, and my goal is every day. So that's another thing that's probably going to be easier to do when I live on my own. I will well, I'm still doing it. I'm doing part of them every day, maybe not every day, but they do help. And I found that I know that whenever I do them, my legs feel better. Like I said, went for a walk this morning, came back, did some part of my stretches, and felt really good afterwards. And I know yesterday my leg was hurting a lot at the cookout, so I'm like, okay, I need to actually. I was falling off that habit for like being as consistent as I wanted to be with it, and my legs started to hurt as a result. So I'm going to be continuing to do that. And this all folds into the calling piece of my life, right? This all folds into pursuing our callings well. Like being able to manage your health well, be able to manage your time, being able to manage your time well, your money well. All of this folds into the bigger picture of how you choose to live your life, whether you choose to live in your calling or choose to live in the world. Ooh, that's not in my notes. That's just something I said. But like, sorry, I caught myself. Like, listen to that. It's like you can choose to live in your calling, or you can choose to live the way the world would tell you to live. Society, honestly, society wants you to be stagnant, wants you to be comfortable where you are and not to improve. Because honestly, and be honest, I don't fully understand why. I think I have an idea, but it's not fully fleshed out, so I'm not going to say it here. But I know for a fact if you do everything the world tells you to do, all the things that the world makes easy, society makes easy for you to do, like eating fast food, watching TV, quick entertainment, all the um what's it called? Instant gratification items, things in your life that the world gives you. If you take all of those take all of those in and only are feeding off of those pieces of life, then you're never actually going to improve in life. Delayed gratification is the best friend of personal growth and productivity. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead. I'm going to say if you're on YouTube, smash that like button. I've never said that before. Go ahead, like this video, give this podcast a 5-star review, share it out with all of your friends, because I believe that what is being talked about here will benefit every single person on this planet Earth that is coachable and wants to live in their calling well. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Keep pursuing your calling well. Peace.